Hi guys, welcome back. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about the new Too Faced Life's a Festival eyeshadow palette. So this just got here in the Philippines. I immediately bought it when I saw it on Sephora when it was released. So first, let's start with how the packaging looks like. So it came with this box. It's a holographic box, very hollow, like really hollow. When you move it, you see a rainbow as you like move it around, and then the back has the shades on it, and the packaging of the palette itself looks like this. It's a rainbow shape with a foam rainbow. It's just like cardboard with foam on top of it. Like, it's not very luxe, but it's not very cheap either. It's just like sort of in the middle. It looks fine. It doesn't look cheap, but it could be better in my opinion. It feels weighty. It doesn't feel cheap and light. It feels okay. And there's a unicorn right here with glitter. It's embossed right onto the packaging. A really nice detail as well. And these are what the shades look like. It has 12 shades and one highlighter in the center. The highlighter is their best-selling Unicorn Tears. It's an ethereal eyeshadow and highlighter palette. These are the shades. The inside itself is also holographic, true to the rainbow theme. Wow, it looks so cool on camera. Oh my god, yes. And it also comes with a small mirror. Oh, do I have something to peel? Oh yes, I still haven't. Oh my gosh, I'm about to peel. The mirror is a good sized mirror, but it could be bigger, but they shaped it into a cloud, which is quite a gimmick. So these are the swatches of all the shades. There are only two matte shades, a pink one and a brown transition shade. Now let's get to the eye look. I've already done my base and set all that with powder. On my eyes, I'm using concealer as a primer, and I already set it with powder as well. So now I'm just gonna go straight to the eye look. This is the eye look so far. I found the purple shade Fantasy to be hard to blend. It was patchy and it would kind of stain some parts of my eyes and not blend with the rest. Purples are usually really hard to work with, especially like bright purples like this one. So I think that they didn't really do well with this color, and it's the darkest out of everything. So I think that they should have done better with this shade, especially because a lot of people are going to be using it if they're gonna be using this palette solely for an eye look, because it's the darkest shade. I didn't really like Fantasy. It took me, it feels so weird saying Fantasy. It took me a very long time to just try to blend it with the rest of the eye look, because the pamphlet said to like use it as a shadow liner, and yeah, I didn't really like the effect that it gave. Now I'm gonna try the highlighter Unicorn Tears on my inner corner and as a cheekbone highlight. Oh my god, I put way too much. I put way too much and my cheekbone is purple. From the front, you can't see it, but when you turn to the side, it's like really lavender. So let me just blend it out. Very out there for me. If you're going to like a really sparkly, fun festival type of event, I think this would be perfect. I'm fine with that. I mean, I put too much, so I would probably put a little bit less so that it's a bit more subtle. Ooh, I love that. The shade Artist Pass, it doesn't look anything like the pan. It looks very iridescent. It's not really technically holographic, but it's sort of, it almost is. It's almost holographic. As first impressions go, I actually really like the palette, even if there's already one shade that's hard to work with, Fantasy, because I love the highlighter, Unicorn Tears. Artist Pass is such a great, beautiful, unique shade. It was very easy to work with. The color really popped on my eyelid. So far I really like it, but I have to play with it more so I can tell how the other colors perform. Desert Vibes is a very good transition shade. It worked really well. I had no problems with it whatsoever. As for the selection of shades in the palette, I think they're a really good mix of shades. You have cool tones, you have warm tones, you have a neutral transition shade, you have one deep shade, but it's quite vibrant, so it's a vibrant violet shade. That's Fantasy. I think it would be better had it been like a deeper violet, more of like a purple, so that it wouldn't be as hard to work with, rather than this really bright violet. But I get what they're trying to do, but I just think that it wasn't executed well. But as for the selections, I think it is very well thought out. So let me just finish up the look and I'll get back to you. So this is the final look, and so far for my thoughts on the palette, based on my swatches and how the shades I used today worked on me, I really like the palette. The shades are so unique and different. They're all very iridescent, almost holographic. They really have that fun, sparkly vibe to it, like all of the shades. After the video, I did another look using the palette, and I actually like it more now that I've used more of the shades. There are some shades that I don't quite like based on their swatches, like Young and Free and Rainbow Life. Those are the two shades that I don't really like as far as color, so I would rather they have replaced it with either a fully satin shade or a fully matte, like deep shade or something, or another iridescent, fun and bold shade like the rest. So far, I really like the palette despite of those cons. The sparkly, shimmery shades performed really well. They look foiled. They look really bright. They grab your attention. It's exactly what I want in a palette that's named Life's a Festival. I would gladly use this as an accent palette with any of my neutral palettes, or as a complete palette if I'm going for a really fun and festive look like what it's intended for. I really think that the price is worth it. The quality is there, although it's not perfect. It could be better. In terms of dupes, you can get similar shades from ColourPop Super Shock Shadows and ColourPop Pressed Powder Pigments, but I don't think ColourPop has a palette already made that is similar to this, so you would have to like build your own palette from ColourPop to be able to come up with something like this, and it would be very expensive, much more expensive than just buying this palette. So because of that, then I do recommend this palette if you are looking for a palette exactly like a festival fun sparkly palette to add to your makeup kit, which is exactly what I was looking for. Unicorn Tears as a highlighter, it's very poppin', it's very lavender, like a lavender surprise when you turn to the side. I really like it. It's definitely not something that I would use for an everyday look. I wouldn't use it for a really like high-end classy makeup look. It's definitely not for that, in my opinion. I wouldn't use it that way. But for a casual going out look, for a festival, for a concert, for a night out, I would definitely use this. I think it looks cool, it looks bomb, and I really like it. Those are my thoughts on this palette. I do recommend it if you're looking for a palette like this one. But if you're looking for an overall palette that you can use every day, then this is definitely not for you if you're looking for that. It's also not a beginner palette. What I mean by not being a beginner palette is that someone who's a beginner with eyeshadows won't find it easy to navigate. So think of those factors when you're considering buying this palette. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel down below. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I will see you next time. Bye!